So today we'll be talking about using gtest on Eclipse Neon C++. So as you know, gtest is a C++ unit testing application which is used to test very large applications in a very effective way. It's a wonderful unit testing application, and unit testing, as you know, is very important for any project, and sometimes we end up doing the testing again and again for every small change that we make to the code base. So we don't want to spend our time running these unit tests again and again whenever we do small changes. So we want to build a test-based product development environment so that we, whatever changes, whenever we make these changes, the code test automatically runs these test cases whatever that are present, and we can be sure that whatever changes that we made are not breaking the previous working cases. So so for using gtest on Eclipse Neon C++, a few things we need to do. First, obviously we have to build the gtest, and the second thing is integrate the gtest into Eclipse. So let's dig into the first step. As you can see, we need to download the gtest from the GitHub. It is hosted on GitHub. You can download the zip file from the GitHub, the source file. So I've already downloaded the Google test from GitHub, and here is a zip file, Google test master zip. So I'm right now unzipping it. So already unzipped it, and you can see the unzip folder. Go into the folder. As you can see, we have a cmake.list.txt file which is telling us to run cmake. So but we need to run with the option as build shared libs on, so that we will get the shared libraries. So we are running cmake with this option -d build shared libs equal to on the current directory dot. I'm pressing enter. As you can see, there's something going on, and I am sure it is creating the make files. As you can see, the make file is created here. So we are running make build this Google test. It probably will take 10 seconds to run this thing. So we are not bothered about gmock. We are only bothered about gtest as of now. And the gtest and gtest main, they are built, and now we need to run make install, which will install the Google test. What does install mean? So the important thing that you need to understand here is that the libraries are stored in user local lib. They are moved to user local lib gtest main and .so. So this is very important to know in this output, that the libraries are located in user local lib. So we understood that, and all the header files are present. Now we built it, we have installed it. Now the next step is to integrate that with the Eclipse. So we have already completed these 4 steps. Next step is to integration in the Eclipse. So I'm launching the Eclipse right now. Okay. So here is Eclipse. Now we are creating a new C++ project. Let's say it's Hello World project and make it YT YouTube Google test project. Now finish it. And once you press finish, this project is getting created. We have all the include files, we have the source file, we have CPP, and now just for checking if the build is running fine or not, we will build all. So we build this one and we can see the build is running fine, and we'll try to run it. We don't have the run configuration, and as you can see, as of now we don't want to run this thing. Let's put it just the way it is. We built it and we are just there. So the next thing we need to do in our first step is create a class where we can add this gtest x, can add the gtest code. So the important thing that you need to understand in this one is to take the unit test and a namespace. We don't need the namespace. So this has to be taken, and it automatically create a file with gtest_x_cpp, and we'll press finish. And as you can see, we got 3 files that got generated. We have nothing to do with this. Is a dummy class. I'm not writing any code in this class, so I'll be writing code, gtest code here, and test this thing. So before we actually write the code, we need to understand that we need to add the header file path and the library path. So for that we need to go to project properties. As you know, we can do in 2 ways. One is in the C++ general path symbol. We can include directories here. So this is the path where we have all the Google test header files. As you know, we have them here in the include directory of the Google test. Google test master is an unzipped folder, and then we'll go to Google test and include, and we'll say OK. So include, OK. This is done. We have all the header files now. We have the libraries here. The library path has to be user local lib. So where did we get this from? So we got this from here. This is where the lib gtest is stored. Now we'll OK, and we have the library, and we need to add the libraries. So for that we'll go to the linker libraries and add gtest and add gtest underscore main. These are the 2 libraries that we have here, that we have in this folder user local lib, and we have the library search path here, user local lib, and we'll press OK. Until it is good. Do you wish to rebuild it now? No, I don't want to rebuild it now, because I haven't added anything. We haven't added any code here, so I don't want to rebuild it. So the next thing that we need to do is to include the gtest header files. So gtest.h, that is what we include here, and we'll write a sample code. Google test 1. So this is basically a test suite, as you can say. This is a test suite name and this is a test case name. Now, so this test suite contains various tests: test 1, test 2, test 3, and so on. So I'm writing a simple verification test just to equate two numbers, 100 and 100. This does nothing. We have nothing in this classes. We can write functions here like assert 2 6 comma multiply 2 and 3, and we can check if 6 is equal to multiply of 2 and 3, and this is also one thing that we can do. But as of now, our goal is to just test if gtest is working in Eclipse or not. So I added the code. Now next thing that we need to do is to, we have completed these two steps. So now let us see if we can build this thing. And this is built. Build is successful. Now we need to add run configuration. So as this is a unit test testing application, so we need to create the run configuration as C++ unit test, and this project, this is a binary that we get from this build, and this is a binary that we get from build, and the project is included here. This is here. The important thing here in the unit test, C++ unit test, is to let the application know that we are using Google test. So this is where we tell it that we are using Google test, and we select the test runner as Google test runner, and we apply it and then run it. Okay, let's run it. And we got an error. So we try to build this thing and we got an error. We tried to run this thing and we got an error. So as you can see, it is just saying that it is unable to link find the lib gtest.so and the lib gtest underscore main.so. So we need to let this thing know that we have these libraries in user local lib path. So for that, we think we need to give the information to ldconfig. As you can see, so this is the third step that we are running right now. Add shade libraries to ldconfig. This is a step we are running right now. So that is the reason why we got this error, loading shade libraries failed. So we have here, as you can see, in ldconfig grep gtest. So there's nothing. I mean, this hasn't, the cache is not yet refreshed. Even though cache is refreshed, it is unable to find it. The system is unable to find the libraries where the libraries are located. Even though we added this path of the libraries in the Eclipse, it doesn't know that the system is unable to load these libraries. So next thing we need to do, this is the shared libraries. So next thing we need to do is to let the system know that the location of these libraries. So further, we need to go to etc ld.soconf.d in this path. In this path we have a lot of configuration files. We create a new configuration file, gtest.conf, and we will include our path user local lib. That is it. Now the next thing we need to do is to refresh the cache by giving this command ldconfig-v, and with this let's check gtest is loaded, and voila, this is two libraries are seen here, so this is a good sign. Now we need to build again, and we need to run. Let's see what we'll get here. During passing Google test module output, unexpected test module output. So this is strange. Okay, so we have this application main included here, which we shouldn't have done this. So let's delete this main and we'll build this again, because it is running an application, and we defined it as a testing application, and so it's getting confused in both of these things. So I'm trying to build this again, so let's clean this up first. Okay, and then build everything again, and now we need to run this thing. Okay, and we ran it, and successfully this test is successful. Just to show you that what will it show when we give a wrong test. Run. Okay, so as you can see in on the console, we have this failure thing that came up as Google test 1 has failed, because expected result is 100 and expected is 100, but we have 50 there, so it has failed. This is how it will show that this has failed. I'm not sure why it is not showing here, but in any case, this is how we run Google test on Eclipse. I hope you find this video useful, and always try to be productive and try to save as much time as possible while doing anything that you are doing. Thank you.